Hey divas and everybody. I'm going to do a really quick video. I'm out having lunch. I just went to Mother's Day celebrations for my daughter. And I'm sitting here just chilling, taking some time out. I just went to a beautiful spa and checked out their flotation tank. I was given a voucher for Mother's Day and I was like, oh my God, everything that I keep claiming and desiring is coming to fruition, because I was like, I miss New York and all these amazing spas. Hey Tia Ho, and I really want a beautiful spa in my area, and literally there's this gorgeous spa that's just open with an amazing flotation tank, and the flotation tank has something like 400 kilos of Epsom salts, and it's not enclosed. So the room's enclosed and it's really warm, but the actual flotation tank is like a bath. So as I'm restructuring my business, I'm trying, hey Jaylee, hey everyone, I'm like really looking at where I want more time for my family, for my own self to nourish. I do a lot of channeling and downloading work. I also support a lot of students, and it's beautiful, and it's been a really fast business growth ride, right? So I've worked many hours and really diligently over 2 years, and sort of the last 6 months I've been pulling back, slowing down, hey Jaylee, hey Deborah, hey everyone, and restructuring, hey gorgeous ones, and restructuring everything so that, like this morning I worked from about pretty early, I think about 5:30 in the morning, and I was sort of done by 10, and now I'm just speaking to my team about a book that I'm going to be writing. And it's going to be based on my curriculum for my program, High End Empire. Hi, Kurtie. The food train in the background. Yeah, I've been eating sashimi. I eat a very high protein diet. I don't eat a lot of carbs, just because my body doesn't metabolize them properly. And that's really important for me, for my immunity, for my energy, really understanding my body type. I'm actually sugar resistant, so I just thought I'd just tell you a little bit about that, because I think the self-care is so important, especially if you're working with people and a lot of emotional issues and triggers and things like that coming up for clients and students as they rise. It's so important to keep your vibration at an incredibly high set point, and that takes a lot of self-care. So whether it's acupuncture and yoga, this place also has a beautiful yogi there, and a male trainer, so I'll go and really get into doing that a lot. I'm not actually going to be doing weight training for a while because I keep getting colds and my immune system is really asking for something different and a lot more nourishment. Hi Fazana. Hello Tia Ho, gorgeous. So I just wanted to talk about something that has really served me incredibly well in my life, and that is the ability to turn shiz, really potentially damaging situations, damaging emotional kind of responses to what life throws at us, right? Trauma that we may have experienced, and turn it into gold, turn it into riches, turn it into your legacy, turning it into something that gives back. So, and also some of my students know there's been some stuff going on, and just behind the scenes around up-leveling for people at the moment, lots of boundaries and things being crossed. And I made a comment in my free group, hey Holly, the alchemy, about something that's really helped me so much in my life. And sometimes, I have a projection or something comes up where it's not, it's not what I would like to see. So I always have to look back at myself and go, okay, well, what was the lesson learned here? And that for me is the goal too. It's like looking at the lesson, what's something that I really needed to learn here, and potentially what's been out of alignment for me, because we attract this stuff in, right? So not judging, not being harsh with myself, but really looking at it. And for me, when I do that and I take that responsibility and look at it and look at if I was triggered or kind of what went down. And I was just speaking to a beautiful student of mine and client, and I just said, sometimes stuff happens and you just need to let it go. And letting it go and really learning from it, and then taking that gold and processing that is so important. And then we can take that lesson and pay it forward and pass it on. It becomes your intellectual property. It becomes your gold, right? So whenever there's been anything, like my most challenging situations in my life, like when I lost my company in New York to this dodgy lawyer, or stuff that's happened in my childhood that was really, that brought me much pain and trauma. My chronic illness that I had a benign tumor in my uterus, 3 surgeries, almost lost my life, all those things, right? Hey, gorgeous ones. You know, I was misdiagnosed by 3 gynecologists, right? And I almost lost my life by the time they went into surgery with me. They thought I had cancer, I didn't, but I had a tumor in my uterus that crushed my fallopian tubes. I got blood poisoning, the whole shebang. Now that lesson taught me about, you know, when you're going jaundice and you've got blood coming out of your vajayjay for 3 months, something is wrong and someone needs to listen. And I was quite young at the time, about 27, and really learning to speak up for myself and really trust and own my own body and trust my own intuition. The lawyer thing was about intuition. Like, I knew he was dodgy. I felt like I needed him, stole my corporate kit, the whole drama there. That was a huge lesson for that. Triggering, attracting everything in our, you just said something about that in your live stream. I can't see the whole comment. Triggering really for me, I love this. Someone taught me this, I think it was a kinesiologist friend of mine. She said, you know, triggering shows us where we get tripped up. So for me, it's just a lesson, it's just a learning. And I think we need stronger boundaries. We don't have any time for the princess antics anymore, but you've got to make sure that you don't buy into it or perpetuate it. But really coming back to the core point here, so sorry, I've got a bit of a cold, so I'm probably a bit slow in my thought process. But I'll just say this, that any time that there's something that's painful that comes up, if you can just take a pause, ground yourself, allow yourself for all that emotion to come up, process the emotion, really calm yourself down, be gentle with yourself, don't blame, don't attack self or others, and just really look at what is happening and why it's happening, and then ask yourself, what is the lesson? Because from that you will have gold, right? From that you can go through and become a better teacher, a better guide in life. And I find that those that actually are the best, hey Chris, that are the best teachers, like, you know, I've been asking for some people who like NLP referrals and things like that. And I know, like, a lot of the people, like, you know, guys, be really impeccable with your word and really watch your behavior, because this is a small industry and people know each other. And so people will tell me, oh, that person's amazing and that person's amazing. And what I'm also looking at when I'm looking at working with different people that I hire, it's like people who also walk their talk. So they might have a level of excellence at their craft, but they're not completely walking their talk. And I think in order to walk your talk, you have to be able to look at your own self and take responsibility and process your emotion and be accountable for yourself. And then there's a level of maturity and growth that develops, right? A real level of growth. If I'm gonna hire people to work with me as well, I have to be honest about this. They've got to have moved through quite a lot of their own stuff, because if you're an empath and you can read energy, you can tell if they really haven't done their own work. And there's no judgment with that, but let's do our work, because you literally are in a whole other realm when you do that. I'm constantly working on myself. I'm constantly having support with that, so that I can be a higher frequency and bring a higher level of connection to my audience, which comes from my connection to myself and understanding myself, my darkness, my own shiz. Like, I'm constantly working on it. And I feel that those people who don't, you can really see it. If you have too much ego, you won't learn, you won't grow. And in the end, I actually believe, like, you kind of get trapped in an energy and a story, and you then draw people into your life that have the same reflection and the same story. And it's just like this shitstorm, right? So, yeah, that's all I have to say about that. Yeah, it is about emotional intelligence and looking within. And I think the more the ego dies, the more the soul comes through. Really, and I think it's just part of being human, right? It's part of being human, like working through that stuff. Hey, Bridget, gorgeous. So I'm in a process of really slowing down and also building at the same time. I'm automating my processes. I've just hired a few new staff members, a project manager, more coaches. because I'm ready to build my empire at a whole other level. I'm going to be writing a book about it so that more women can get out there and do their sacred work and really take their message and their voice and claim unapologetic riches and wealth. When I talk about riches and wealth, it's about how we live, how we feel in our bodies, how we treat ourselves. It's beyond monetization, but monetization is vital. I see so many women trapped in scarcity, and it's not okay. If we're going to create global shifts on the planet really deeply, we cannot have the wounded healer, poverty kind of consciousness shiz going on any longer. It really has to begin to dissolve so that we can really do the work that we're called to do, you know. So guys, I'm going to go and enjoy the rest of my lunch. I'm sending you so much love. But if you're challenged at the moment, take a pause, get some good rest, good sleep, get some support if you need it from someone that's going to take you into higher ground. Get into nature, ground your energy into the earth, and ask yourself, what do I need to see? What do I need to learn? Where am I blocked? Where am I not seeing something that I really need to see? And when you're an open vessel like that, and when you're open to not blaming and shaming, when you're open, you say, I'm open to hearing, I'm open to receiving anything I need to receive right now to go to the next level. Because if your vow and your commitment is to the next level, you will open your channel, open your heart, ego will drop, and you'll begin to hear and see. I used to always ask, send me the right people, send me the right messages, allow me to see and hear and feel into, and then trust and follow through on what I need to do to go to the next level, to claim my riches and my abundance, to serve deeply, right? To have radical healing. Let me hear it, let me see. And then you're open, there's no barrier. You haven't blocked yourself, you haven't protected yourself or isolated yourself. You're not trapping yourself in a story, because you can also say, I'm now open to resolving and releasing the stories that no longer serve me. Just invocations like that help me deeply. Okay, guys? So turn it into gold, use it as your teaching. On one core lesson, you could probably write a curriculum, by the way, in terms of content creation for 8 modules. You could write your own books, girlfriends. So start getting that content together, start learning and taking all the darkness and anything that you've gone through, and then all the beauty, and start writing it down, create your IP, and then go teach it. Mwah, mwah, mwah. A million blessings. Bye, guys.